So we're still hanging out here in the Hobby People booth and here with Mike Greenshields, and we've got some quadcopters here.
Yeah, obviously quadcopters are popular, they're taking off, their technology is changing, and here in the Hobby People booth we kind of had quadcopter corner. We had a lot of people interested in the toys, and this really is an entry-level toy. It's a Hobby People basic quadcopter with camera and a little radio. You can take little stills and digitals, and it's just a fun little toy to get started with, under $100. We also have kind of the opposite end of that from IdeaFly. And IdeaFly is a Chinese company that's been making quads and developing their own technology within the quadcopter market. This new iFly 4S is not new to the market, but this is the latest generation of it.
Okay.
We have a all new updated flight controller with GPS, with the things you would expect from an entry-level GPS unit. It has auto hover, auto altitude, so you can fly it around and it'll maintain altitude. It has an auto land. You just shut the throttle stick down and it just descends straight down and lands gently.
Comes down all by itself.
All by itself. And I don't mean falling from the sky, I mean under power, controlled landing. And it also has return to home.
Okay.
So it will come back and lands and sit down for you within a couple feet of where you started from initially.
Okay, so it's getting dark, whatever, you get out too far, you can't see it, or you can't, you lose orientation.
You just flip the switch and it flies home.
And it comes right back to you.
Yeah, and this one is a little bit bigger than some of the ready-to-fly quads that have been around. This one, the frame is all built and everything, but you use your own radio, use your own battery, your own receiver, and your own camera mount. We have a brushless camera mount bolted onto this one, which is obviously more expensive, but we also have more entry-level camera mounts that are just regular servos, 2-axis, and just they move and work and they're auto-stabilized, but they don't cost as much.
Okay. Now, for somebody at home that's looking at this going, oh, I really want one of those, you said you got to supply your own transmitter, receiver, and battery. What size battery would something like this take?
Anywhere from a 2200 to a 3200 3-cell.
Okay, so again, we're in that same battery as your other new Mars.
Yeah, the popular sizes.
Yeah, okay.
And using economy chargers that don't cost an arm and a leg either.
Sure.
So if you've got all that stuff yourself, you're just looking at getting the quad, you're under $500 for a nice big repairable, we have all the parts, brushless, outdoor, auto-stabilized quadcopter.
Under $500?
Yeah,
that's a good deal.
And all the IdeaFly products, we also have a completely ready-to-fly quad called the Apollo with GPS and a radio and the whole deal. It's a little bit smaller than this one, but it'll carry a GoPro. And those are under $450.
Okay.
And then for the guy who wants to tinker, but he doesn't care so much about GPS, we have the iFly 4.
Okay.
Which, again, use your own radio and stuff, but now you're in the $200 range for the starting equipment.
Okay, so you got your motors, props, frame,
and
controllers.
A basic flight controller.
Okay. No GPS, though, on that one, right?
No GPS on this one, GPS on this one.
Okay. Now, is that one designed to also carry, you said, up to a GoPro 3?
Oh, yeah, this will carry a camera mount and a GoPro with no trouble.
Okay.
So one of the things I love about IdeaFly products is they have power to spare.
Okay.
So when we fly around with one, we never feel underpowered. In fact, our entry-level Apollo, people are bolting on guards and titanium landing gear and stuff, and it doesn't really seem to notice.
Okay.
They just fly great.
All right. Now, I'm looking at this one here, and I'm seeing a lot of carbon fiber, high-tech materials.
Yeah. This is the fancy one.
Not the other one, I'm sure, is a composite or plastic material.
Yeah, and it's still all molded and everything, and they're very stiff and robust. What I like about all the IdeaFly stuff is we carry all the parts. So if you do crash, because it happens,
sure,
you can fix it. You can truly just, like you would an RC car, an RC helicopter, buy some parts, bolt it on, and keep going.
You don't have to start over and buy a new one.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. All of the IdeaFly controllers, you're going to use a Windows-based computer and you're going to use their programs and interface to calibrate and adjust it to your radio. And there's a whole myriad of settings you can do to customize it to what you want to do with the helicopter. So there's a lot going on here for that guy that's not the hardcore professional that needs a $2,000 or $5,000 quad. But the guy who's bypassed the toy.
Sure.
It's time for something better.
He's already done the small one. He's looking to move up to something a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Now he wants to carry something that'll take some high definition video.
Yeah, and this is it. And we're using these at Hobby People for shooting video, even our own TV commercials.
All right.
You know, we can't do it commercially for profit or whatever, but you know, for shooting our own things, it's great.
Okay.
And my own RC club does that too.
All right. Okay, just two final questions and then we'll wrap this up.
Okay.
First of all, earlier in the interview, you had mentioned PTZ. What exactly does that mean?
So the on our IdeaFly quads, we have a 2-axis stabilization that will keep the camera level both for pan and tilt while the helicopter's flying. And then if you've dialed this into your higher channel radio that's got a couple of variable rate knobs, you can then still remotely change the pan and tilt position while you're flying.
Oh, okay.
So you can make the camera go up and down or whatever while you're flying. But then once you've set that position, now the stabilization will keep it in that position.
Oh, okay.
And it's not really panning right and left. These are 2-axis. It's really up and down and then rotating this way.
Side to side. Okay.
Yeah, and that's because when you're flying in wind, it's kind of moving you around and you want that camera to stay level.
Sure.
But if you decide you're off a little bit, you can adjust it.
Okay.
The 3-axis is the next step up, and again, that's where things start getting really expensive.
Okay.
We're trying to give the customer the in-between route there.
Yeah, because this isn't the $2,000 professional model that we
No, this
about.
is the Pro-Am.
Okay.
This is where a guy that could have good results, be proud of what he's doing, but not have to be super technical.
Sure. And one other question for you. You know, there's a lot of question about the FPV these days. Is this something that could be put on here, or does it come that way out of the box?
IdeaFly is working on a completely FAA, FCC, AMA, everybody's going to be happy with it, FPV program for their quads.
Okay.
It's not done yet. It's in process. We're probably about 3 months away from releasing our first over-the-counter FPV product.
Okay. Now, will that be, do you think that'll be an add-on to this, or will that be a separate quadcopter?
That'll actually start as a built-in program for our Apollo ready-to-fly quad.
Okay.
And then once that's stabilized, then the next thing, we'll make sure our customers are happy with it. Then the next thing we do, we'll make it an add-on for the higher-end quad like the iFly 4S.
Okay. Well, Mike, I really appreciate you laying that all out for us today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.